Michael stared at his laptop screen. His quarterly report, flawless, detailed, 3 weeks of overtime, sat in his sent folder. His manager had just presented it to the board, word for word, as his own work. Michael's cursor hovered over the reply all button. The truth, right there, one click away. He closed the laptop instead, just like he had 17 times before. He didn't know that in 4 days, he'd never let anyone steal from him again. If you've ever watched someone take credit for your work while you sat there silent, what I'm about to share will change everything. Because the game isn't rigged. You've just been playing by rules that don't exist. Michael had a folder labeled evidence, screenshots, emails, timestamps, proof of every stolen idea, every buried contribution, every redirected credit, 127 files. 2 years ago, Michael's mentor told him, just keep doing excellent work. Cream rises to the top. Michael believed him. Michael was drowning at the bottom while watching thieves float. But here's what nobody tells you. The solution came from a philosopher everyone fears to quote, who understood the architecture of power better than anyone who's ever lived. Michael had tried everything. Working harder, they just stole more. Documentation, ignored without power. HR complaints, mysteriously lost. Direct confrontation, gaslit into apologizing. Being more collaborative, interpreted as weakness. Every business book said integrity wins in the end, but never mentioned that the end might come after you're destroyed. If you've ever typed, why do dishonest people succeed at 2 a.m., you already know this feeling. The exhaustion of watching mediocre manipulators get promoted while you perfect work they'll claim. Here's your first permission. You're not failing because you lack talent. You're failing because you're playing basketball while they're playing warfare. Until Elena taught Michael why Machiavelli wrote The Prince as a warning, not a guide, and how to use it as a weapon. Elena wasn't just another executive coach. She was a former tech executive who'd watched 3 different bosses build careers on her code. Until she discovered something that changed everything. Your problem isn't that you're honest, Elena told Michael. It's that you're transparently honest with predators. She pulled out an ancient text. Sun Tzu said all warfare is deception, but you're not at war with everyone, just the ones who declared war on you first. This is the selective virtue strategy. Be radically honest with allies, strategically opaque with enemies. Michael was skeptical. But how do I fight without becoming them? Elena smiled. The 72-hour power shift. Let me show you how Marcus Aurelius would handle your boss. See, corrupt leaders win because they understand 3 things honest people don't. But before I reveal them, you need to understand what happened when Michael stopped being predictable. Monday morning board meeting. Michael's boss was presenting Michael's new framework. Again. I've been developing this strategy for months. The gaslighting was perfect. Michael assisted with some of the research, of course. Then the trap. Michael, why don't you explain the part you helped with? If you've ever been asked to explain your part of your own work, you know this rage, the kind that makes your hands shake under the table. Michael almost fell into the routine. Give credit away, stay quiet, smile. Instead, he deployed Elena's first technique. Actually, I'd love to present the advanced framework I've been developing. It builds on this basic version. His boss froze, wasn't expecting Michael to have held something back. I've prepared a demonstration for the board. May I? Michael opened his laptop, showed a system 10 times more sophisticated. Here's your second permission. You're allowed to keep your best ideas in reserve. Their theft only works when you show all your cards. That night, Michael sat alone implementing Elena's full framework. Step 1, the competence map. Identifying who creates versus who takes. Step 2, the alliance architecture. Finding other creators being stolen from. Step 3, strategic withholding. Giving 70%, keeping 30% for direct presentation. Step 4, the bypass maneuver. Finding ways around the gatekeepers. Michael discovered something reading Machiavelli's actual text. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. The realization hit him hard. He'd been showing everyone everything. The corrupt show nothing while taking everything. Your third permission, transparency with thieves, is just donation. Michael started creating 2 versions of everything. One public, one private. The public version, good enough to show competence. The private version, that was his arsenal. If you've ever felt guilty about protecting your work, listen closely. That guilt isn't conscience, it's conditioning. They train you to feel bad about self-defense. The next board meeting changed everything. Michael's boss started his usual performance. Here's our quarterly strategy. A board member interrupted. Actually, Michael emailed us directly with something interesting. Michael? The look on his boss's face. Complete system failure. Michael stood. I wanted to ensure the board saw the full strategic vision. This builds on the foundation version. He presented the complete framework, timestamps, documentation, everything. His boss attempted damage control. Well, as Michael's manager, I've been guiding. These timestamps show you received this work after Michael created it. The room went silent. Michael said the words that changed everything. I believe in giving credit where it's due. Here's the contribution breakdown. The chart was beautiful. Michael 90%, boss 10%, scheduling meetings. If you're thinking, I could never do that, stop right there. That voice isn't yours, it's theirs. They put it in your head to keep you compliant. Nietzsche said it best. The best revenge against a parasite is to stop being a host. Let's be real about the costs, because Elena taught Michael something crucial. Transformation has a price. The corrupt will call you not a team player. Translation, not exploitable anymore. You'll feel guilty for protecting your work. That's not conscience, that's conditioning. Some mentors will disappear. They were never mentors, they were predators. But here's what you gain. Recognition for your actual contributions. Energy returned from not feeding parasites. Allies emerge, other creators who've been stolen from. The anxiety of being robbed evaporates. If you're still watching, hit that like button because you're about to learn something that will fundamentally change how you operate. Plato said, the price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. But Plato forgot something. Good men don't have to be indifferent. They just need to be strategic. Here's your complete strategic virtue system. The 70-30 rule. Show 70% of your work, keep 30% for strategic moments. The paper trail protocol. Document everything with timestamps and witnesses. The bypass blueprint. Always have direct access to decision makers. The alliance algorithm. Find other creators, form protective networks. The revelation timing. Drop your best work when thieves can't claim it. The Socratic Reversal. Ask questions that expose their ignorance about their work. The Machiavellian mirror. Show them what they expect while building your empire. 3 months later, Michael was running his own company. He kept Elena's lessons close. Now he mentors others. Last week, he told someone exactly what you need to hear. I see you letting them take credit again. Here's what Elena taught me. Evil wins because good people think the game is about merit. The game is about power, and power respects only power. Your fourth permission, you're not betraying your values by being strategic. You're finally defending them. Look at me, not the screen, me, and I know you're watching incompetent people get promoted using your ideas. I know you lie awake replaying how they twisted your words in that meeting. I know you've been told to just focus on the work by people who've never had their work stolen. I know you've searched how to deal with credit stealers more times than you want to admit. The solution isn't more hard work, it's philosophical warfare. You've been playing chess while they're playing theft, but now you have the playbook that beats them at their own game. You already know exactly who this video is about in your life. You already know which project they're planning to steal next. You already have everything you need. You just needed permission to defend yourself. The corrupt win because the honest don't fight back. Until now. Your fifth permission, your anger isn't toxic, it's fuel. Your sixth permission, your boundaries aren't mean, they're necessary. Your seventh permission, your sensitivity isn't weakness, it's intelligence that spotted the pattern. Subscribe right now if you're ready to stop donating your brilliance to thieves. And drop a comment below with just 2 words, never again. Because that's your new motto. Because next week, I'm revealing what Marcus Aurelius knew about making the corrupt destroy themselves. And it's darker than you think. Your honesty isn't weakness. It's the disguise for your new strategy. The question isn't if you'll use this. It's whether you'll use it before they steal again. Remember, they fear the version of you that doesn't need approval. That version starts today.